LeBron James isn't just a four-time NBA champion. He's a billionaire with Lamborghinis the color of his sneakers. While some of his cars were flexes, others were gifts. One in particular even helped patch things up with Shaq, who gifted LeBron a $400,000 Rolls-Royce Phantom. So, from his custom Lamborghini to his Maybach 57S, we're breaking down the king's most jaw-dropping rides. Buckle up. Let's start with LeBron's birthday car, the Rolls-Royce Phantom. So what's the story behind this one? Well, imagine waking up on your 25th birthday and finding a $400,000 Rolls-Royce waiting for you. Sounds unreal, right? Well, for LeBron James, that was just another day in 2009. And the guy who made it happen? Shaquille O'Neal. That's right, Shaq went all out and gifted LeBron a Rolls-Royce Phantom. Now, the Rolls-Royce Phantom isn't just any car. It's a 6,000-pound masterpiece with a 6.75-liter V12 engine that cranks out 563 horsepower and 664 pound-feet of torque. That means this massive beast can hit 60 miles per hour in about 5.1 seconds and max out at 155 miles an hour. Now, let's talk about what makes this car impossible to ignore. That towering grille, the Spirit of Ecstasy emblem, the carpet that feels like it belongs in a 5-star hotel. Then there's the gallery on the dashboard, a customizable glass panel where owners can showcase their own artwork or personal designs. Of course, the Phantom isn't just about looking good. It's packed with tech, including a high-end infotainment system, multiple touchscreen displays, and a 15-speaker Lexicon Logic 7 surround sound system. Basically, you could turn it into a rolling concert hall if you wanted to. Back in 2009, this beauty had a price tag between $380,000 and $450,000. Today, if it's been kept in great shape, a Phantom can sell for as high as $600K. Fresh into the league and already making millions like it was paper, LeBron wasted no time picking up this $417,000 beauty. Now, the S in 57S stands for special, and let's just say Mercedes wasn't joking around with that name. This thing runs on a 6.0-liter twin turbocharged V12, throwing out 604 horsepower and a wild 738 pounds-feet of torque. Despite being a massive executive sedan, it launches from 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 4.5 seconds. Yep, same crazy sedan he's got there. On the outside, it's got that signature Maybach presence and LeBron's super persona. Sitting just a little lower than the regular 57, it has this sportier stance that does pretty well with LeBron's sport name. Oh, and those 20-inch wheels. Primey! Are we forgetting something? Oh yeah, the inside. That's where things really get crazy. We're talking about seats that adjust in not 2 or 3, but 18 different ways. And come on, it's got the best leather money can buy. Handcrafted wood trim, a premium sound system. And because Maybach goes all out, an air purifier, just in case the regular air wasn't good enough for LeBron. LeBron didn't just drive this car, he put his stamp on it. His license plate reads KNGOFOH, a nod to his Ohio beginnings and his time with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Those were the good old days of basketball, to say the least. When it first hit the market, the Maybach 57S had a price tag of around $417,000. Definitely not cheap, but for LeBron, it was like a day's money. Fast forward a few years, more championships, more money, and of course, time for an upgrade. His Maybach S650 came in. This one, it takes everything from the 57S and cranks it up. It's got another 6.0-liter twin turbocharged V12, but this time it's pushing 621 horsepower. That's even more power than the 57S, and it still puts out 738 pounds-feet of torque. That kind of muscle lets this massive luxury sedan hit 60 miles per hour in just 4.6 seconds. The exterior is covered in just enough chrome to remind you it's a Maybach. But once you step inside, it's sorta no longer a Maybach. Napa leather everywhere, polished wood, soft lighting, and the back seats which include their full recline, massage functions, and footrests. Talk about a first-class cabin on the road. Of course, a car like this isn't just about looks, it's loaded with top-tier tech. A 3D surround sound system by Burmester. Massive dual 12.3-inch screens. Rear passengers get their own entertainment system too, complete with touch screens and wireless headphones. Even LeBron Jr. would love this car a bit more than his father would. Trust me. Mercedes didn't skimp on safety either. The S650 comes with adaptive cruise control, lane keeping assist, a 360-degree camera system, and more. When it rolled out, the Mercedes Maybach S650 had a price of around $200,000. These days, depending on how well it's been kept, you can find one for anywhere between $150,000 and $180,000. For LeBron's, let's just leave it at $300,000. Next up, the Lamborghini Aventador. In 2013, LeBron got his hands on a Lamborghini Aventador Roadster. And what did he do next? He had it custom wrapped to match his Nike LeBron 11 King's Pride sneakers. Yeah, a car that looked like his shoes. Who else pulls that off? Maybe Shaq? Anyway, the Aventador Roadster isn't your average supercar. It's got a 6.5-liter V12, throwing out 700 horsepower. That means this thing launches from 0 to 60 miles per hour in just 2.9 seconds. Push it to the limit? You're looking at a top speed of 217 miles an hour. But let's talk about how he made his car a mirror of his sneakers. Nike and celebrity car customizer Rich B. Caliente made sure this thing didn't just turn heads. It snapped necks. A mix of gold, jungle greens, and wild prints. Inside? It's got leather everything, a digital dashboard, and a sound system that probably makes concerts jealous. Back then, the base price of an Aventador Roadster was just about $441,600. But with all the custom work, LeBron's version was estimated at around $670,000. And if it ever hit the market, collectors would throw down insane money just because it belonged to him. LeBron James has always had a thing for top-tier cars, and when he turned 25 in 2009, he decided to gift himself something special. A Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano. Not just any sports car, but a serious powerhouse with a 6.0-liter V12 under the hood, cranking out 612 horsepower. LeBron's love for Ferraris is no secret. This was one of 3 he added to his collection, and if you know anything about the 599, you'll get why he went for it. It's not just about the looks. With a top speed of around 205 miles an hour, this thing was built to move. The design came straight from Pininfarina, with Jason Castriota leading the charge. One of the standout features? The flying buttress C-pillars, which channeled air to keep the car stable at high speeds. Ferrari pulled it off so well that they didn't even need to slap a big wing on the back. Less drag, more speed. Inside, it was a mix of classic Ferrari luxury and race-ready tech. A leather-wrapped cockpit, an F1-inspired traction control system, and a steering wheel that basically put every control at your fingertips. Now, if you compare its tech to today's infotainment systems, it's old school. But back then, it had navigation, a solid sound system, and a cockpit that made you feel like a Formula One driver. When LeBron scooped this up, it had a price of around $310,000. Today, the value would probably be up to $500,000. Up next, LeBron's Ferrari 458 Spyder. Rolled out in 2011, the Spyder uses a 4.5-liter V8 engine that pushes 570 horsepower, enough to launch it from 0 to 60 miles per hour in 3 seconds, just under 3.4 seconds. For its max speed, say around 199 miles per hour. Now, Ferrari didn't just make this car fast, they made it real fancy too. Designed by Pininfarina, the 458 Spyder has curves that scream speed even when it's parked. And then there's the retractable hardtop, which folds away in just 14 seconds. I can imagine LeBron throwing a 3-pointer from this car. Inside, the driver's seat feels like a cockpit, with controls built right into the steering wheel, again inspired by F1. The infotainment system keeps you connected, and the sound system? Crystal clear. Though let's be honest, the best sound comes from that roaring V8 engine. LeBron was often seen driving his 458 Spyder during his Miami Heat days. When he got it, it probably cost him around $257,000. Today, the vehicle could take out an easy $350,000 from your wallet. For LeBron's car number 6, the Porsche 911 Turbo S. This Porsche is a rocket, packing 3.8-liter twin-turbo flat-six, pumping out 640 horsepower and 590 pounds-feet of torque. That's enough to hit 60 miles an hour in just 2.7 seconds. Keep your foot down, you're looking at 205 miles an hour. But even with all that power, it manages a combined fuel efficiency of 16 miles per gallon, which is pretty reasonable for something this fast. And Porsche didn't stop at speed. They made sure it looked the part too. The wide stance, the signature 4-point LED lights, the 3-dimensional taillights. Step inside and it's just as sharp. The 18-way adjustable sports seats hug you like a race car. The high-resolution touchscreen keeps everything at your fingertips. And the Bose sound system? Let's just say you might forget you're in a car until you hit the gas. LeBron's love for this car isn't just a rumor. Back when he played for the Miami Heat, he was often spotted cruising around in his black 911 Turbo S. There's even a legendary photo of him and Dwyane Wade with their matching Porsches parked side by side, because why not roll in style with your teammate? But LeBron didn't just keep Porsche for himself. In 2014, he gifted his mom, Gloria, a Porsche Panamera, because if you're going to enjoy high-speed luxury, you might as well share it. When it launched, the 911 Turbo S Cabriolet started at $219,800. And because Porsches hold their value like crazy, a well-kept one is still worth a fortune today. And finally, the Continental GT. LeBron bought this car in 2009, but in 2017, he decided to let it go. But what made this Bentley worth keeping for nearly a decade? Let's start with what really matters, the engine. This 2009 Bentley Continental GT packs a 6.0-liter twin-turbocharged W12 that cranks out 552 horsepower and 479 pounds-feet of torque. Translation? It's fast, 0 to 60 miles an hour in just 4.8 seconds, with a top speed of 198. And the 6-speed automatic transmission? It even comes with a semi-manual mode, because sometimes you just want to take full control. Bentley didn't hold back on the design. It sits on 19-inch alloy sports wheels with a bright chrome matrix grille that gives it an unmistakable look. The Biaxenon headlights? Not just for show, they come with built-in washer jets to keep them crystal clear. And if you got the convertible version, it has a fully automated fabric roof that folds down effortlessly. Let's go inside. The seats are all fully leather, with 14-way power adjustments to get the perfect position. The trim is made of burr walnut veneer, and the steering wheel is wrapped in monotone leather, adding to the premium feel. And when it comes to tech, it's got a 12-speaker sound system with a 300-watt digital amp, a 6-disc CD changer, Sirius satellite radio, Bluetooth connectivity, and a DVD-based navigation system. Of course, safety is just as important. The Continental GT is loaded with features like anti-lock brakes, electronic brake force distribution, traction control, and stability control. And for added protection, front and rear side-mounted airbags, plus seat belts with pretensioners. Back in 2009, the Bentley Continental GT had a starting price of around $179,200. But if you wanted custom features, that price could easily jump to $200,095. Fast forward to today, and the price depends on condition and mileage. You can find one anywhere between $32,900 and $48,900. LeBron's car game is strong, but trust me, there are even crazier collections out there. Who should we cover next? Drop a name in the comments, and don't forget to hit subscribe because we're just getting started.